Hello there, it's Deej here on my journey to catch 'em all. And today I regret to be here because I pre-graded some of my friends' cards and I did not do well. Let's dig in and see what happened. Blue, if you're watching this, and I know you are, I apologize. We're going to go through the bad news first so that you can just see all the good news at the end and then love me again. But this was a learning experience for Scarlet and Violet for me. When I was going through the pre-grading of these cards, which is also up on the channel, I'll link that right here, right now. If you want to go see what I said about these cards as I was going through them before I sent them, I did it, and I can see why they got not 10s, because I did notice stuff then, but I thought that almost every card had the same defects. So my thinking was either PSA is going to give a lot of them 10s, or they're all going to be 9s, or nobody's ever going to get 10s, which was a horrible strategy because PSA is, in my opinion, grading more accurate these days, more consistently. They're giving cards 9s that should get 9s and cards 10s that should get 10s. At least that's from my experience. Sometimes they're almost even a little harsh on the 10s, where getting a 10 is even harder. But we'll just have to adjust and move on and know that the print defects on all the Scarlet and Violet cards are print defects. So he was lucky enough to get a ton of these Charmanders from his GameStop, and they all got 9s. Just kidding, 110. I was supposed to save you for the end, but I didn't. But we'll keep the 10 right there so that we'll think there's more 10s here. Same thing with the GameStop Umbreon. This is a really valuable card, actually. In a 10, it's close to $200. I think he had like 15 of them. He got all freaking 9s. I didn't send a lot of them because they were all in bad condition. Gangita, just regular SIRs getting 7s. It's horrible. Cleffa, 9. The worst part about it is these aren't even good 9s. Like, these are just, sorry Blue, junk slabs now. If you keep them for the long term, they might do alright. But, yeah, right now, he's just, I feel terrible about it. He's a really good friend, so he's not holding it against me, but I gotta do better. And again, this is a learning experience. I'm just not going to ignore certain things anymore. Like weird cutting on the corners or the tops, or like print lines on the back that I was noticing, or like weird scuffing around the edges. There's a lot of stuff that's happening on these Scarlet and Violet cards that wasn't happening in Sword and Shield, or at least not nearly as often. So 9. It's a lot of non-10s considering this is what's left. Now that Charmander GameStop in a 10 is a pretty big hit, but he's got a couple nice cards in here. So let's go over the good news and get these out of the way. Alright, there's the Charmander you already saw. Got a Giacomo, Secret Illustration Rare. DJing it up. Got some Lorcana cards. Rapunzel, Legendary. Beautiful. This is a super rare Hollow Stitch. Graded a few Lorcana cards. I haven't gotten one that's not a 10. Elsa, another Legendary. Not Hollow, but we'll see. I'll be interested to see how these sell for him. I actually have a couple Lorcana cards I'm going to send in my next sub. And I'll be making a pre-grading video for my friend Blue again. He's sent me another package even after knowing about this debacle, so it's going to be better, Blue. We're going to be strict again. Tis what it is. Alright, let's turn these so you can't see them. Now you know that there's a gold Mew in there. Tyranitar EX. I'm actually really shocked by a lot of the Scarlet and Violet 10 prices, but then again I'm not, because of how hard it is to grade them. But the 10s actually have held really good value, especially for 151. Like this Bulbasaur, I think it's like north of $200, just like a regular illustration rare in a 10. And luckily, he got a couple really nice hits to pay for all this crap grading. But yeah, blue. Love you, brother. Another Tyranitar. Got a Slowking. Slowking. It's going to be a nice short and sweet video, but we're ending with the good stuff. Crocalore, illustration rare, 10. Here's a big bad boy. I have yet to even pull one of these. Of course, he pulls ones and gets a 10, but he deserves it with his pre-grader. Tinkaton. This one might be a hard sell, but it also probably has a relatively low pop, which is something to consider. Grusha. One of my favorite Paldea Evolved secret illustrations. The Starlies, you might not even know they're there. They almost just look like part of the tree. I love it. And then we end on the gold Mew, which is dirt cheap. But I just put out another grading video of cards that I sent with this submission that were my personal cards, not my friend Blue's. I'm going to link that right here. Feel free to watch it. Again, like, comment, subscribe if you like this kind of content. I appreciate all of your eyes and attention. I love so much sharing my Pokemon journey. I obviously put a lot of time and thought into this hobby, and sharing it with like-minded people is extremely rewarding, especially when I'm able to teach them or learn something from them. I just really enjoy that part of the hobby, so putting myself out here on YouTube to kind of get some of that feedback and also just kind of create some friendships. But again, I really want to sincerely thank you all for joining me tonight on my journey to catch 'em all. Have a good one.